Welcome back to Divinity Original Sin. Last time we talked with Arius here, and he had some pretty useful information for us. Let's see, we can take a look. Not strong enough. Okay, let's go upstairs. Arhu's study. There's definitely some weird stuff going on here. Trap disarm toolkit. He Who Smells It, Volume 2. Empty bottles, buckets. Let's see if there's anything that we can use here. Let's grab that. Okay, so let's talk to Arhu. Apparently he's a cat here.
Greetings.
I hope you don't intend to use that weapon against me. Hunter Kitty's got claws, you know. Sorry about that, let me sheath my weapon. Can't be too careful among wizards, my friend.
Greetings.
Source Hunter, welcome to my most humble atelier? No need to look so flabbergasted, it is I, Arhu, in my other rather preferred guise. So now the cat's out of the bag, what can I do for you? Okay, let's ask him about himself. But certainly, what would you like to know? Who, or rather, what are you? Oh, I am but a wizard, a guardian of man and beast, and indeed I am both. My body, like any other, is bound to temporal decay, but my spirit is a speck of light that shone forth from the eternal sun that is the cosmic soul. My task upon this earth is to protect the heart of nature, the very antithesis, whatever, of which is intrigue spun by demons and directors of the dead, hence my involvement in Sicil. You see, my one desire is to witness a world in which every mother looks around her and purrs with calm contentment, for she knows that her chicks or children, her cubs or calves, will grow up without knowing the meaning of menace, the enfeeblement of fear. To my great regret, none of them purr as yet. Okay. So you can take the guise of a cat and prefer it over your human form? Something like that, yes. Polymorphing has always been a hobby of mine, and I use it quite often. Does it surprise you that I favor my feline figure? Ha! Oh, it does many. But then again, you haven't experienced just how far certain boundaries are pushed back when you tread upon the realm of instinct. Even articulate speech, perhaps humanity's greatest asset, cannot give expression to something so inextricably innate. It's handy to speak in more than meows, no question. Opposable thumbs, I couldn't brew potions or make machines without them. This I freely admit. But to be out in the night, to stalk on silent paws and hunt with only the moon as your witness, you couldn't possibly imagine the thrill. Isn't it dangerous to polymorph like you do? What if you get stuck in another form? Oh, that will never happen, granted. A witch could make the polymorph permanent if she'd enchant me in my cat guise, but I'll have to be careful around witches, won't I? I'm my own wizard, you know, and I don't intend to become anyone's familiar. Let's talk about Source Hunter business. Let's discuss Jake's murder. What happened the night of the murder? I can but pierce together what few morsels fell from the grapevine in a rather disappointing meal, I am afraid. They saw a woman arrived in King Crab Inn sometime after midnight. She retired to a room on the ground floor, where she was soon joined by a man who had been nursing the same cup of wine for hours. I say man and woman because both of them were cloaked and recognized by none. About an hour later, another figure arrived, headed for the same room. Soon after, a terrible commotion erupted, and the thundering light of magic was witnessed by the few remaining patrons. It took a while for the landlord to pluck up the courage to enter the mystery room. When he finally did, he found Jake there dead. How and why he came to be there, no one knows, but I had a good look around the scene of the crime before the Legion barred anyone from entering. The traces of magic I felt were vile source, no doubt. Who, in your opinion, are the suspects? I myself have none, even though the rest of the town has already mentally tried and convicted Jake's wife, Esmeralda. Now it may well be established that she is in fact the guilty party. I'm not claiming that I'm certain she's innocent, but let's just say that if I really thought this murder case would be so very easily resolved, I wouldn't have sent for source hunters. Is there more you can tell me about the strangers that seem to be in league with the orcs? I can't say much more, but they're the madmen all the more dangerous to us because of their alliance with what should be a natural enemy. You won't see me teaming up with a terrier in a hurry. Ha ha ha. I'd like to ask you some further questions. What can we do about the undead that threaten Sicil? Those who are raising the dead dwell among us, they simply must be, but even though I've spent many a night leaping from tree to rooftop, watching on as citizens stagger home from the inn, or simply burn the midnight oil, I haven't spied a single soul worthy of true suspicion. The enemy is witty. The enemy is wily. They know us better than we know them, and they've found ways to avoid both detection and distrust. And yet I am somehow convinced that you may succeed where the Legion and I have failed. Call it instinct. You seem to have a bit of an orc problem, do you not? You have a flair for understatements, Hunter. I'm sure they are but a minor nuisance in the eyes of a born warrior, but to the Legion they are not. They are green-skinned death incarnate. Until they conclude what mischief they intend to see through, or less likely they are conclusively defeated, we can but bar the gates and hole up like mice while the cats are on the prowl. How did you design those magical ballistae? Oh, a mere trifle for one with the intellect of a feline and the engineering skills of a human. You basically construct a classic ballista, add 100% legally obtained self-regenerating source of destructive magic to it, and Bobcat's your uncle. Bye. I'm gonna take my leave now. Okay.
Sorry, sir.
So, first of all, we have a mysterious murder that we don't know anything about. We know he was killed in the inn. We don't know where the inn is.
Sorry, sir.
And then we know about the undead, and apparently they're weaker in the west, so we're gonna go to the west. Another thing before we really get further into this game, I've found a game option here where we set the difficulty, and I'm gonna set that to hard because I think that playing games on hard is a lot more fun. So let us continue. Go through here. We haven't quite explored this area yet. Another waypoint portal? Why would they have more? North Gate. Why would you do that? That seems unnecessary to have like 2 waypoints in the same town. What is this? Okay, well, I'm not gonna go there yet. Let us...
Looks like that dog is awfully agitated. I don't have
Perhaps
the right tool for digging.
Dirt here has to be no prem. The dirt here appears to have been freshly dug. If you have a shovel, you can dig it to check out for buried treasure.
I don't have the right tool for digging.
Okay, and here's an agitated dog. Let's see, we can actually talk to animals. Hey, wow, I was wondering where that awesome sweetie boot smell was coming from, and here you are now. Wow, this is great. I am Murphy, Jake's dog. Wow, you smell great. Have you been rolling around dead things all day? That's my favorite hobby too. Tell me about yourself, boy. You know who I miss? Jake. Sometimes he'd just sit there being awesome and I'd give him this look like, you smell great, and he'd give me this look like, you do too, Murphy. And he was my best friend. I came here so I could smell Jake again, but whatever is buried here doesn't smell like Jake at all. No, it's definitely not Jake. He was awesome. About your master's death, boy. If I ever find out who killed Jake, the most awesome Jake who ever jaked, I'll bark so much, seriously, so much you have no idea. I gotta go now.
I don't have the right tool for digging.
Please do not disturb.
Here lies Kavanagh.
I don't have the right tool for digging.
Okay, so
Here lies Jacques, the oldest man in
so this is where he got buried. We can go out here. That's to the west. That's where the undead were a bit weaker, so I think we're gonna go explore there first.
Greetings.
Are you here, Jake?
Peace upon you, traveler. May your lost loved ones rest in peace. Tell me about yourself. I once lived a prosperous life with my husband and our happy little daughter Loni, but when the undead plague broke out, my dear husband was among the first killed. Loni never recovered from the loss, and when a group of mercenaries, predators more aptly called, came to town dangling the opportunity to annihilate those undead devils, Loni lapped up to their rhetoric and joined. Without so much as a backward glance. She was killed less than a week after she joined. Here she lies and here I stand, mourning the death of my last joy.
Bye.
I'm gonna take my leave. And we can set markers as well. Let's go over here. Let's go to the west and kill some undead, hopefully. And wait with the Jake's murder just a bit. Let's also check out our inventory. We can carry quite a lot more than we have right now. We have a lot of junk that I don't really know what to do with so far.
Beyond these walls, the dead roam free, hunter. Be vigilant.
Okay, so the dead roam free here. Let's just save, quick save, for safety. You can see there are a couple of undeads over there. Anything over here? Splitting Maul. Let's go around here exploring a bit. Doesn't seem like there is anything here. There is Armored Decapitator and Undead Swordsman. So let's go here. They should not be able to reach. Let's stay there. I wonder if that's a range. Doesn't look like it. He did not really do anything. Oh, really? You can do like this. So we don't know anything about these guys so far. I'm assuming that we'll learn more after they're defeated. And well, let's go. It seems to be kind of hard to hit them with ranged attacks. Oh, and there was a small guy there as well. You know what? We're gonna spin, because and of course we missed both. Oh, really? Attack of opportunity, that's interesting. And he did 45 damage to this guy. Wow, really? Am I going to face death here so swiftly? Let's summon the spider and run the hell away. No, attack of opportunity. He actually died. Really? These guys are hardcore. Really, really hardcore. Wow, these level 3 guys do amazing damage. And I don't do so amazing damage to them. This is not gonna work though. That's definitely not gonna work. That's not, no way in hell that's gonna work. I need a ton of more experience. So, let's back the fuck away.
Those bony brutes will never
And
make a
let's
solid
take
beach.
another quick look around town. Let's see, we have the graveyard here, nothing to do there. That's outside of the city. Here's a wall. Don't quite know what this is. Or where I am, I must be there. Should go like here maybe. Could this be the inn? No, I don't think so. I think this is some kind of apartments of some kind. Can we go like here maybe? Or here? This seems promising. This seems a lot more promising maybe. I'm assuming that north and west is, but straight up is north. That's probably a good assumption to make. So west, it should be where they're weakest. So not really interested in talking with those guys right now. Probably missing a lot of dialogue options. But let's dive headfirst towards the murder of Jake and see what we can find out. If we can find something out, at least.
Sorry, sir.
You think that's funny, Private?
Legion headquarters. There should definitely be. Maybe this is the inn after all. Well, it kind of looks like an inn. Was that the healing place?
Would your wife
No, that's the clinic.
be compensated by the Legion should tragedy befall you on the battlefield?
I suppose so.
Huh.
Seeing that I'm neither married, engaged, or attached in any way, I would bother to inquire.
Painting of a woman. So you can steal quite a lot of stuff here in this game, and I like that. Let's go in here. This is Esmeralda's shop. This is definitely not the inn. But let's we're probably gonna need to come back here and talk to her. What about this? Is this the inn then? It's kind of slightly confusing with these quite a lot of buildings here, and it's just a big mess. Oh, here we have the King Crab Inn.
Greetings.
Okay, so you there, a moment of your indulgence if you please. You're the source hunters, are you not? The hero of the whole sizzle is a buzz about. The talk of the town, the juiciest grape on the grapevine. Such a pleasure to meet you, a delight. No, scratch that, it has so much more than a delight. It's an intervention of fate. Yes, that is it. Fate has put me on this very spot, so I may tell you all about a most intriguing opportunity indeed. About that opportunity. Oh, It is not merely an opportunity, it's a once-in-a-lifetime chance to become better. To become the full extent of the promise that is locked inside each of every one of us. So first of all, let me ask you this question. Do you like adventure? Yes.
Let's see.
Yes.
Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
See here, you and I share the same passion. I never doubted it for a moment. The thrill of walking the unbeaten path, the rush of finding yourself in a goblin ambush knowing you'll prevail nonetheless. Too bad your fine work comes with such measly recompense, am I right? The wage of a mere soldier. Now, between you and me, tell me truthfully, don't you sometimes wish you would earn more? Well, sure.
Halibut, sheep's cheese.
Indeed, indeed, gold is always welcome. Among the fabulous five, gold flows freely as water does from the sea. Even so, my friend, matters of a pecuniary nature aside, what is life without variety, without spice? To be source hunters must get frightfully
Market, it seems.
dreary sometimes, am I right? All those orders, investigate this, retrieve that, and at the end of the day, what do you have to show for it? Wouldn't you prefer to call your own shots, be your own boss? No, no. Come now, I refuse to believe such uniquely skilled individuals would settle for a puppet's role. Life is too short to spend it doing someone else's bidding. Am I right? Of course I am, and I can help you attain the dream and enact the change you deserve. And that is exactly why I'm here, why fate has put me right by the door to the King Crab, so I could meet you and tell you about the marvel that is the Fabulous Five. They call the undead a problem, my friend, but those who know the ways of the Fabulous Five see no problems. They're opportunists. An enterprising spirit can wrench riches from cold dead rocks, or from cold dead full stop. I'm not gonna indulge in his things right now. Let's see if we can find this dead body that everyone speaks of.
Please, don't keep shouting in my ear. Farewell.
Oh, I probably clicked the torch. This seems like it's the right area. Greetings, Source Hunters. I don't mean to hinder from your investigation, but I can't open this door for anyone who hasn't received Captain Aura's explicit approval. I have spoken to him and let me inside. Not exactly the friendliest bloke, the captain, is he? Well, your reward for getting your ear chewed off is a waltz through the town's finest magical murder scene. Enjoy. Okay, so... what the hell happened now? We walk in and there's like a flash of lightning and we disappear? Where to? Okay. ZixZax. By the quill that lasts a billion words, what is this? What are you doing here? Where the very stars come to die. Who are you and where have you come from? We're source hunters from the realm of Rivellon. Are you indeed? Then let me tell you, hunters of the source, that you have strayed far, far from home. Far in space and far in time. How, I wonder? All we did was approach a strange stone. It shone with blinding light, then whirled us away. A stone, you say? Could it be? Could I have been right all along? This stone, what was it? Was it bright and beauteous as diamond, but did it glow softly deep down in its heart as if a soul dwelled within? I'd say that's a fairly accurate description. Starstone, it must be. For centuries it slept, this bounty of the heavens. But now it's waking and it has brought its awakeners here. All was dark and all was still, as it always have been and always would be. Or so I thought, so I feared, but then the runes around me began to shimmer, shine, and dance like fair-winged fairies roused from slumber. Starstone, could it be the key after all, and you its wielder? Things of light to unlock things of darkness. Lead us into realms forbidden where salvation may yet be found. Yes, I agree a lot with this. It would be great if you start making sense right about now. Oh, I have been making sense all along, my friend, though I didn't see it. See, that is what you must do. Approach the looking lens and behold, if you dare, the darkness before which even the cosmic shadows flee in terror.
I think that imp may be quite mad.
Then we'd better appease him and have a look through the looking lens.
I think that she is absolutely correct. Did I just pick up a couple of pillows? This is a weird place. Let's look through the lens. Okay, so we see a bunch of nothing. What the hell? The portal has become active, fantastic, astounding. You looked through the looking lens, you saw terrifying, is it? Not really. So much to see, so much to discover, and so little time to do it in. 2 seconds, I need to sneeze. Sorry about that. And apparently I lost connection to the Steam servers. Whatever. I'm not a child imp, the dark doesn't scare me. Oh, how brave you are. How bold and hardy. Too bad it won't help you even a little bit when seemingly inevitable end comes to swallow you whole. This maw of darkness, it consumes time itself. Yes, Starstone starter, you have just witnessed the end of all. The maelstrom that, like a carrion eater, is devouring the carcass of creation. Space and time have lost all meaning, for they are falling prey to the void, and the void there is no existence. Okay. That's a bleak prospect indeed, and yet you do not seem to despair. I did despair for the longest of times, I did. Aeons upon aeons I have traveled through the reaches of time, flying the rifts that lead to worlds unimaginable, hoping to find something, anything, that could put a stop to the maelstrom. That is how I found this place, and I knew that it was here, so that the answer must be hidden. It teems with a mystery undiscovered, with power that is limitless, yet out of reach, until you came along, the ones who can tame the Starstone. You have drowned my despair, you whom I believe can end the end of time. Okay. I think it's time to tell me who you are, Sir Imp. But of course, I am ZixZax, the Imp historian tasked by the gods to write the history of all creation. Faithfully I fulfilled my task and would have done so perpetually until one day I saw that time will end. Impossible, I thought, inconceivable, for the gods have told me that their work was infinite both in date and distance. But my eyes did not deceive me when the maelstrom I beheld. Time would end, I would end, all would end. No, I cried, never, I shall save time if it's the last thing I do. So far my efforts have been in vain, but you, as the saying goes, are the hope that springs eternal. Okay, Starstones, the end of time, us source hunters, how about you connect the dots for me? To claim I can piece the puzzle together would at this stage be premature and insincere, but let me summarize the facts as clearly as I can see them. Here we are in the fragmented sliver of space, which happens to be the only spot in all the universe where one may directly observe the void maelstrom. A portal flanks the looking lens, but until now was inert. The runestones that adorn it are special, which leads me to believe they were somehow linked to the Starstone. Starstone, though, always remained as useless as a pebble, dead rock of no consequence. Its secrets remained off limits to me. You, however, make the soul inside the Starstone spring to life, and thereby you are activating portals to new, previously forbidden areas in this strange dimension. And my game crashed or something. Not sure what happened there. Blah blah blah. Forbidden areas of strange dimensions. I don't know where they lead, but I'm convinced they will steer towards a solution to the continuance of time. How did you get here, and what is here? Ah, well, you see, one of the travels I found a runestone in the deep demonic dungeons that hide from daylight far beneath the surface of horror-haunted Nemesis, a plane of frightful perversions. I read the rune, and it brought me here. This sad little realm that is no more than a morsel at the edge of all-consuming abyss. Ever since, it has been a place where I've found shelter, a home even, though it shares its dominion with that terror of terrors that is the void. So there you have it, the homestead of the shelter plane at the end of time. Welcome be, my friend, welcome be. Okay, so I'm gonna take my leave. It's apparently a splendid idea. Later we can talk till the cows come home, but right now we should investigate the portal. Where, oh, does it lead, I wonder?
You first, you first. What strange new world is this? Let us explore.
Where on the world are we?
We are
Deed
not in the
Hall.
world at all.
Yeah, what is that? So here are a bunch of portals.
Look about him, doesn't he? A smile doesn't cost you anything.
Okay, so there seems to be a bunch of inactive portals here. Probably go through.
Could you be her? The legendary weaver?
Tapestry of Time. ZixZax. I have tried every imaginable tongue from the Dwarfwegian to Lizardese, but these women simply won't budge. Maybe she just doesn't look blah blah blah. Maybe she just doesn't like the look of a refined impish face like mine. Perhaps you'll have better luck, but do please report back what you find, Source Hunter. Let's talk to the Weaver of Time. A young woman is ceaselessly weaving a seemingly boundless tapestry with the delicate grace of a harpist plucking at her instrument string. She takes no notice of anything but her endless occupation. So who are you? At first it seems the taciturn woman will continue to ignore your presence, but then she suddenly glances at you and her eyes go wide with surprise and wonder. Her lips move ever so slightly, and when she speaks, her voice appears to reach you from an untold distance. Whispers wrestled from oblivion. I am Time, the Weaver of Time. In the eternal threads of eternity do I record the deeds of gods and men, of beasts and spectral apparitions. The drift of continents through changing seas, the rise and fall of empires, the shift of every grain of sand on every beach, the fall of every raindrop on every world, the all but imperceptible touch of lover's hand, this and all I chronicle without fault. Except, it seems, you. Do you mean to tell me that I am not at all featured on the canvas of time? I do not mean to, but it's the only thing I can do. Your absence it should be an impossibility, but no matter where I look, you cannot be found. I do not know you, which makes you one parential imperfection, a blind spot in the eye of time. But perchance I may be cured of this blindness. Perchance The blemish may be undone, and time can be redeemed. How can I redeem time if, as you say, I am not even part of it? I think that perhaps you can redeem time because you create time. Indeed, you have set in motion an event I no longer held possible. Know then that no longer I did weave. I sat here at the precipice of ages and watched on as the void frays the fabric of time like a terrified god, and that fears the offspring of his own creation. But suddenly there was you who stirred life within the stones, these stones children of stars. They placed new ribbons along my fingers like phantoms out of time. New threads emerged and I began to weave anew. Starstone gives me a new strand to braid into the tapestry, and because you give Starstone energy, you are creating time. These starstones, please seek them so that time may yet be mended. Please, for the sake of all that lives and all that loves, seek them so the void may yet devour itself alone. There are many questions I have for you. Why talk to me but not the imp historian? I do not usually talk. Come to think of it, when I addressed you, it was the first time my voice had ever invoked. I have no need of conversation, like I have no need of air or appetite or affection. All I need and all I am is time, and time is running out unless you remedy its declivity.
The plot thickens.
We should tell the imp the Weaver's tale.
Oh, really? Let's just take a look here. This just seemed interesting. So we gotta find find 4 sisters, and we can open that apparently. There seems to be 4 different realms here, and 2 inactive portals. Interesting. Let's see, I met with the Weaver of Time. She talked to me. Wondrous, oh wondrous indeed. At least she's willing to speak to someone around here. So what did she say? That I should look for starstones, for they renew and revitalize time. I knew it. As surely as 6 comes before ZixZax, I knew it. Then that should your mission be, my friend. Let that be our mission, to trace the starstone wherever it may lead you. Tougher we try to unfold the depths of this dimension, and thereby try to save all and everything from annihilation. I'll take my leave. You have received a runestone that allows you to quick travel. Use the homestead travel button to the right side of the screen under the MIDI map. Cool. So I can now travel. Fast travel from anywhere. That's pretty cool. But it's time to wrap up this episode. The plot thickens, as they say. Not much combat to be seen so far, but I think it's gonna be okay. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and if you did, please let me know in the comments below. And have a really nice day.